The other one that's kind of a larger margin is assists. Assists go down. Assists go down. I mean, we could talk a little bit about that, but it's essentially what happens is these are intense scouts.
Yeah.
You are taking people out of what they want to do.
There you go. You said it right there. Assists go down because ultimately a role player can win or lose you a game.
Lord Jesus.
I wouldn't do that just yet, because your ass is mine.
Fanboys, your king is on his last leg, man. He is down to resorting to blaming the role players for losing playoff games. Just in case you've been hiding under a rock or you at work, LaForty James Mind the Game episode 4 came out today, and there was a segment in this episode where they were talking about the playoffs. They were talking about how the stats come down in the playoffs. And I agree, the stats definitely come down in the playoffs. But they were at one moment talking about why assists come down in the playoffs. And LaForty James got up here and said, the role players can lose you the game. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. LeBron need to take a speech class bad, man. Bad. He can't even formulate sentences and formulate his own words into a coherent sentence in a way that we can understand. It is very clear that LaForty James got an 8th grade education level, and it shows in these interviews. That's why he needs somebody smarter than him on the podcast to help lead him through his questions and answers. But let's take a look at the clip on what he said about the role players winning and losing you games.
These are intense scouts.
Yeah.
You are taking people out of what they want to do.
There you go. You said it right there. Assists go down because ultimately a role player can win or lose you a game. And when it comes to coaching and you get from one round to the first round, second round, conference finals, there's certain guys that can win you a game. And when it comes to coaching, they're gonna say, Steve is gonna do what Steve does. Luka's gonna do what Luka does. LeBron gonna do what LeBron does. Kevin Durant's gonna do what Kevin Durant does. But it's that guy or that guy. In their wins, he averages this.
Right.
In their losses, he averages this.
Right.
That's the assist, because myself, you, Luka, guys that we know we need our teammates. We know in order for us to really reach our pinnacle, we have to make sure that these guys are super engaged on the offensive end as well, because they're gonna defend the hell out of the ball, they're gonna be scrappy, they're gonna run through a wall for us. But we need them to make those timely shots, and that's where the chess game comes in.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what you're saying. You know, the assists going down because now coaches are saying, okay, that guy in wins and that guy in losses,
Right.
we got to be able to try to take him out.
That's right.
Steve Nash is on a kissing ass tour right now. Steve Nash is on tour, man. He's got to go from different sections of his house kissing LeBron's ass. He just sitting up there nodding his head, yup. Yeah, you're completely right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly, LeBron. Yes. Like a school teacher or so, man. Now LeBron wants to take the pressure off of the superstar. You got to understand that we're not finna blame the role players for the loss. That's well below his pay grade. The janitor can't be responsible for the CEO. Imagine you are invested in a company and this company promises, hey, we're gonna hit record numbers in our financial report. And when that financial report comes out, they under-deliver on those numbers. And then the CEO gets on a press conference and say, hey man, this is the janitor's fault. I know I told you not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but hey, the janitor is the reason why we under-deliver. If we being real, you gonna be looking at that CEO like,
Bullshit.
LaForty, you got some nerve, man. I don't want to hear about role players when you have 2 other all-NBA players on your team. There is not one finals that you have been to or one series in the playoffs that we can pinpoint and say, hey, the role players cost LaFody James a championship? If Greg Popovich said in 2007, hey, LeBron is gonna be LeBron, let's not even worry about LeBron, let's focus on the role players. Why did you go from 27 points a game to 22 points a game? Your assist and rebounding went up, but what happened to your shooting percentage? Your field goal percentage went from almost 48% and 31% from three, all the way down to 35% and 20% from three. I don't think you could blame the role players for that, man. I think they shut you down. I think the lights got too big for you. Stop making excuses. You average 6 turnovers a game in the NBA Finals. That ain't got nothing to do with the role players, man. What about 2011? In your first season with the Heat, you averaged 26.7, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. But when you got down to the finals, you averaged 17.8 points a game, LaFody. You lost nearly 10 points in production. You didn't score 25 points in any of those finals games. In game 4, you notoriously had 8 points in that game. LaFody, you can't blame the role players for that. In games 2 through 5, you scored 6 points combined in those fourth quarters. You were a minus 36 in that finals. I don't want to hear about role players can win you or lose you the game. I know it's gonna be a fanboy in the comment section like, hey Zay, that's old, man. You steady bringing up old stuff. Okay, let's go back to last year. You couldn't do a damn thing with Jamal Murray coming off a calf strain. You got dunked on by Jamal Murray. You got dunked on by Jokic. You not getting back on defense. You turning the ball over, averaging 4 turnovers a game. The infamous 6 turnovers in game 2 and 7 turnovers in game 5. You should be ashamed of yourself. I wonder, will there ever be a time where he takes accountability as a man, like a man, and say, hey man, I didn't get the job done. This one's on me. And this is just one of the many reasons why LaFody James can never be a GOAT. He can never be in the GOAT conversation. And this is the part of the video where I need y'all to beat the comment section up. Is Steve Nash in the Hall of Fame of kissing ass? Do you blame LeBron James or do you blame his role players for his failures in the finals and the playoffs? Let me know down in the comment section, who do you think he will blame, or what will he blame for losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round? Let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit me with the HBO special. Help our brother out with some likes, comment, and subscribe. It's 93 Zay, and I'm out this thing.